It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions. Next on Madden Football.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said. The key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
The veteran kicker, Dustin Hopkins, out to get things started. And off we go from Ford Field. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
You see Jared Goff now taking the field, and he's coming off one of the best seasons of his career, and he's certainly quieted a lot of skeptics around the league, Mike, and leading this Lions team to the NFC Championship just a season ago. He has his eyes set on taking that next step, and a strong performance here certainly help him achieve that goal.
That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
These are the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah! And he shows off a little footwork, winding his way for a run of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. It's a toss play, left to Gibbs. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
The motion man is Raymond. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Goff. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
On 4th down, that brings Jake Bates out for the Lions field goal. This about as short as you can get. Bates' kick is good. And the Lions will take a 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
On the return, it's Jerome Ford. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the veteran, still going, former Super Bowl MVP, comeback player of the year in 2023. It's Joe Flacco.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, man, having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense is going to throw at him that he hasn't seen.
Flacco. Right back to Judy. He's got it again. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, typically there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out, they reacted quickly, and they're able to throw him down for a loss.
Here's a run with the rookie from Ohio State. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Still going inside the 20. And he'll be taken down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. A dive, and he's in! Touchdown, Cleveland. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns move out to a 7-3 lead. Now, after the touchdown, he'll boot this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Lions offense ready to get going with their second possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. On the handoff, this is Gibbs. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in on the stop. Here's 3rd and 2. Now Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
On 4th down, Goff. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. A gain of 11 there as the decision to go for it pays off.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. Here's 2nd and inches. Williams in motion. A 2nd down throw for Goff. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Throwing on 2nd down, Goff. That one taken in. Jameson Williams. Touchdown, Detroit.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Lions are on top. It's now 10-7. Back to it as the kick's away. DeAndre Carter on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Browns offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Flacco. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. To throw is Flacco. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. Now Flacco. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. An aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on 4th down.
Love the idea of going for it on 4th down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal, but you're too close to the end zone to punt it. So going for it on 4th down is definitely the right move. Now you've got to take advantage of it and don't let it go to waste. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The relationship between the pass rush and the pass coverage is critical. The better you rush the passer, the more pressure you can take off your coverage, and that's a great example why.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Throwing, Flacco. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot. And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
As this one's kicked off. From the 6, here comes a return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins. 1st and 10. On play action. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
What they do now is they come up on 2nd and long. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Working free downfield, it is Williams. And he's out of bounds, but they're going to spot this inside the 25. It is a big play there for the Lions. A gain of 57 yards.
As that play unfolded, Mike, I thought he was going to have a chance to find the end zone for the 2nd time here today. And I'll be honest, if I'm the play caller, by the end of this drive, I might give him one more shot at the end zone. But either way, they got to be thinking coming away here with 6.
Goff to throw on 1st down. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Goff. He's got it at about the 8, and he's going to be taken down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Here's Gibbs. And he's in! Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. Bates now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions go up by 7. It is now 17-10 as the kick's away. Carter on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Browns offense back onto the field for their next possession. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Here's Flacco to throw. On the quick slant, that's Judy. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. Flacco to throw. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku. A pickup there of 19 yards. First down, Cleveland.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break. Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield, so it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
He's across midfield. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome. So it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. That's over the middle to his tight end, Njoku. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. And 3. They'll look to throw again. That's to the right side and incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. Open man, right side. He's got it. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second, as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining. They'll look to throw yet again. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. A first down there on a pickup of 17.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. And this is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on...
It is brought in the end zone. Cedric Tillman. Touchdown, Browns. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. He's got it. And the Browns will come back to tie things at 17. Minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. The motion man is Raymond. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. Over the middle, he's got St. Brown. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. 39. They come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Come up to 3rd and 3. They'll go play action with Goff. He's got it! And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A huge play just before the half. 31 yards. So we have reached halftime here in this one. As we'll get you down to Orlando now, as for the coaches, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Carter on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Browns offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They bring Judy in motion. Yeah. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Once you see that guy coming across the formation pre-snap, Mike, you have to be thinking jet sweep instantly. It's just such a dangerous play that always has the potential for this type of yardage, especially when he wins that race to the edge.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Flacco. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Third down, 3 to go. Here's Flacco. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to go to work once more. Powerless to stop them. Now they're trying to keep it going. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Off the play fake, here's Goff. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
What really stood out to me, Mike, was the body language of the middle linebacker prior to the ball being snapped. So often we see the guy who's blitzing, they get a little antsy and they tip their hand. But that wasn't the case here. He times it perfectly, nobody accounts for him, and he comes away with the sack.
On 2nd down, Goff. Open man downfield, it's Laporta. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
What can I say, Mike? Good things happen when you get the ball to your tight end, but in all seriousness, think about what this guy has to handle in the passing game. Not only to be the possession guy, convert 1st downs underneath, but then have the ability to be the matchup to get downfield and be vertical in the passing game. There's not a lot of tight ends around the league that can do both, and when you have them, I don't blame the quarterback for looking his way.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Along the sideline, Williams pulls it in. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
They'll run with Gibbs. He slams it in there, and he is in. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the 2nd half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this 2nd half started. Bates, good, with the extra point. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Carter on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Browns offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. A handoff as they try to run it here. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Here now, 3rd and 5. To throw is Flacco. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one, good for 16 yards.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Now a run on 1st down. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Now Flacco. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back.
As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the 1st down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on 4th down.
The Browns getting their punting team out there as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Lions offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And that one's going to get shut down quickly. Tackle made at the 11-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Goff. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now a give to Gibbs, running right. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. On play action, Goff. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And 3rd down coming up.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the fourth quarter, and that's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense. Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff to throw on 1st down. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
Doesn't it seem like that every time we see a highlight reel catch, they love showing the wide receivers and the running backs, but let's give a little love to the big tight end. I mean, what an athletic play. Understanding that ball was down and away, you've got to lay out to secure it, and not only is he able to get his hands under it and catch it initially, but he's able to survive the ground, and that's a big-time play.
And a determined run there inside the 40. It's a gain of 9 yards. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st down, it's Goff. Catch is made by Wright. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. And this is the blueprint, Mike, the ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
That's caught by Gibbs. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Williams in motion. There's that man again. Another catch.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
They'll bring St. Brown in motion. On 4th down, Goff. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. For what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. Here's a run. Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
3rd and goal. Throwing, Goff. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Khalif Raymond. Touchdown, Lions. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Here's Bates for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Lions will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Carter on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. He'll get this into the hands of his running back. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Lions have got it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And now the referee looks like he has gotten word from replay. They're going to stop the game inside the last 2 minutes. All replays emanate from there. So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. That is intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jack Campbell. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
For the passing game, they've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. Sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. A run up the middle. It's Gibbs. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5. An absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. At the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. So it's a win here for the Lions. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.